this week's Mark at the Park, we have crossed the mighty moat of Council Bluffs, and we are here on the shores of Lake Manawa. One of the beloved traditions of winter is what we're going to talk about, ice fishing. And to get more information on it, we're joined by Grant Karstens here, who's the park manager. Grant, first, let's talk safety when it comes to being out on the ice. How much ice do I need to safely be out there, and how do I know how thick it is?
We recommend the 3 inches of ice to be out walking on it, but we also recommend some equipment that you can bring with you, such as ice spikes, spud bar, those kind of things to just help in the event that you do go through. But the biggest thing that we can recommend is just people being, aware of the dangers that come with being out on the ice.
And how do I truly know how thick the ice is? Is it just drilling holes?
Yep, right as you get out on the lake, we recommend that you drill a hole or check, ice reports and things like that to make sure that that ice is thick enough. It's pretty variable, especially here at Lake Manawa. Our ice can change day to day, even hour to hour, where we'll have areas that in the morning are, 3 inches of good ice, and then the wind will shift, and then it won't be safe there anymore in the afternoon.
When it comes to temperatures, I was surprised how quickly you said even the temperature can kind of thin out the ice or thicken it up.
If we get a good, 15-degree day or 15-degree night, couple of days of that, we'll get 3 good inches of ice fairly quickly. But if that temperature rises to 45, we might still have good ice in some areas of the lake, but it's going to start opening up. As that wind shifts, it's going to start heaving up on top of each other and just creating some hazardous conditions out there.
And you said this is really popular here across Iowa, but including here at Lake Manawa. When do you typically see the biggest crowd out on the ice?
So it's really dependent on the conditions. Some years we'll get a good month of solid ice fishermen. 100 or so out on a Saturday, 200. It's really dependent on when the ice is coming. So January, February is usually our kind of ice fishing season.
Well, Grant, thank you so much for lending your expertise to us. I think the best advice you gave me a little bit earlier was, if it's your first time ice fishing, find an expert and head out with them for your first time to make sure you know what you're doing, since safety is such a big concern. We'll see you next week for more Mark at the Park.